What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is my review for Chasing Dallas season 4, episode 4. It'll be right in the description box, whatever. Let's go ahead and get this party started. First of all, let me just go and tell y'all I'm confused as hell. A lot of stuff happened in this episode that I'm very confused about, and I got questions. Okay, we're gonna get to that. The other thing is, I told y'all that this whole situation with Robert Ray was deeper than Dior not showing up to no damn event. I told y'all that, okay? All right? And the third thing is, Sean, I see you. I saw you at the end of this episode doing what you was doing. I saw you. Now, I had a chance to interview Sean. I'm still going to be honest, but I like you, Sean. I like you. I enjoyed our conversation. And we're going to I talked to him about education on my education channel, but on this channel, we're going to talk tomorrow. We're going to get into all the things about Chasing Dallas. So let me get into my notes for this episode, and let's just go ahead and get into it. Lon D, we start this episode off, they still at the event where the fight had taken place. And Lon D, you still got too much energy. You got a lot. It's a lot, sir. I just need you to bring it down. I'm going to need you to bring it down. It's a lot. Trey looks up and realizes that Dior is missing. So he goes to look for Dior. Dior is in the parking garage, standing by his car. I don't know why. I guess he was out there to calm down. I don't know what he was doing, but he was out there, and him and Trey are talking, and Dior was like, yo, this was a whole setup. And Dior and his Inspector Gadget detective skills put together 1 and 1, and he got 2. And he was like, listen, you bought a +1, but you told nobody they could bring a +1. You was already on 20, knowing that you had backup if and when something went down, right? You bought somebody that you thought was going to be a problem, that you thought maybe I had beef with, but really me and him was cool, and that sort of backfired. And next thing I know, 1 + 1 = 2, and 2 + 2 = 4. Somehow we got to 10, and now we fighting, okay? Now, I don't disagree with Dior on this one. Dior, there was a setup taking place. Unfortunately, it wasn't the setup that you thought. It wasn't the setup you thought was going to happen, okay? But yeah, I definitely feel like DeAndre was on some ish. We found out later on in this episode that DeAndre wants to be a producer, okay? DeAndre is producing this show instead of letting Markel produce the show. He is creating situations. In this situation, I feel like he was trying to create some drama, and it just went further than what he anticipated it going. Sir, you can't play these. Listen, when you play crackhead games, you're just going to get crackhead results. And that was some crackhead shit you did. That's all I got to say about that, okay? Now, while this had happened, Kesey is outside with his friends, because, you know, once the fight went down, Kesey called his people to come up there so they could finish up the situation. So now, by the time they got there, Kesey done calmed down, right? Kesey done calmed down and realized that maybe, you know, maybe I should just let the situation be what it's going to be. But his friends is on go, because you called them on 20, and they showed up on go. And they were like, well, maybe we should talk, His friends was like, yeah, I didn't come here to talk. I didn't come here to talk about nothing. I came here to fight. And where is he? So, I don't know, that had happened, but I feel you, because, listen, that's what my brother used to tell me. My brother used to be like, don't call me to fight. I'm too big to fight. If I show up, it's a situation. I ain't going to tell y'all what he said, because he ain't here to defend himself. Rest in peace. But suffice to say, it wasn't going to be no whole lot of talking if he showed up. That's all he was saying. Now, Robert shows up with his best friend, Tony. Now, Robert felt the need to let us know that he was nude underneath his clothes. Sir, we all nude underneath our clothes. But honestly, me envisioning a nude Robert is not a bad vision. I just wanted to clear that up in case you didn't know. We all naked under our clothes. That's the purpose of clothes, okay? And Kiki ass was flirting the whole time. Now listen, again, I am Kiki, okay? I am flirting. I am trying to get in where I fit in this whole situation, okay? Y'all want to fight. I want to do other things. And I'm with her on this. Now, what we find find out because here I can't get. First of all, Robert and these damn confessionals are killing me. I'll get there later, but him and these confessionals are killing me. Listen, the Robert from last season with his confessionals and the Robert to this season with his confessionals are 500 times different. Hilarious. That's all I got. Now, with that being said, Tedley is trying to tell Robert what happened, and he can't even get through the story, child. He's shaking. Robert was like, "Are you shaking? Are you shaking? While you trying to tell the story, baby? Tedley, I understand. You are delicate, okay? And you're not used to showing up in these type of situations in these establishments. I understand, honey. I do. That's not. Those are not the circles that you run in, okay? But what we found out was, and I'm just going to cut to the chase because I don't have time to go through all the ins and outs and the rigmarole. Come to find out, Kesey used to date Tony. Now Tony is Robert's best friend. Dior knew this. According to Robert, Dior knew this because Kesey used to go to his house to take Tony's daughter to get her hair done, and that they know each other's situation. So like, you know that if me and you, y'all know, listen, if me and you brothers, I'm not a brother, but for the purposes of this conversation, if me and you brothers and my brother is dating somebody, it's like you turn around and you dating this person. So in Robert's mind, Dior is not being real. Dior's being fake. Dior's being unloyal, because why would you date somebody that is family? And that's essentially where Robert is coming from. We all family in this situation, and why would you date somebody that's family? But he also kind of side-eyeing Trey a little bit. That's the part where I'm confused, Robert. And again, maybe I'll get some clarity later on, but confused. So next we get to Trey's photo shoot for his spin-off series. If you guys didn't catch the spin-off series, y'all can catch it on Chasing Reality. I started doing the reviews. I'm going to finish my reviews because the show was good. I just had a lot going on at the time. But I'm going to finish doing my reviews. But either way, Sean, Kiki, and Robert pull up to the photo shoot, right? And they get to talking. Now, listen, this is where Robert really breaks down what happened and where he really explains why Tony was there. And that Tony was basically there to whoop Dior's ass. Like, that's what was supposed to happen. But by the time they got there, Dior was already down in the parking garage doing his, detective skills, putting this whole situation together, and they never really ran into each other, which was probably a good thing, because, I feel like that would have been a situation that production wouldn't have been able to do nothing with. So with that being said, Robert is explaining the situation. Sean is there, Kiki is there, and Trey is trying to, basically defend the whole situation. Now, let me go to my notes, because maybe my notes are going to explain something to me that I didn't catch the first time. Robert feels like Dior started the whole fight. I don't know how Robert got to that. That was 1 + 1 = 5 right there, because I don't understand how you feel like Robert. First of all, Dior, you weren't there. I mean, Robert, you weren't there. And I love you, Robert, but you weren't there, bro. I don't know how you came to the conclusion that Dior started it. You saying that Dior started the fight because he wore red, and I don't even remember how you feel like Dior started the fight. But I feel like because you mad at Dior, you tunnel vision, and so everything is Dior's fault. Dior. And in this situation, I don't feel like this was on Dior. I just don't. Watching what I saw, and I know I don't know all the behind the scenes, but watching what I saw, this wasn't on Dior. In my opinion. I mean, other than the fact that Kesey came because Dior came. I mean, if you want to go that far back, okay, fine. Because Kesey wouldn't have been there if Dior hadn't insisted, if Dior hadn't been there. But that's a whole lot of 1 + 1 = 5 right there. So then, Tony wants to fight to both dated Kesey. Okay, yeah, there's nothing in my notes to explain to me how this has anything to do with Trey. I don't know how Trey is fake. I don't know how you feel like Trey instigated, inserted. I don't understand, Robert. And again, maybe it's more to the story that we'll get later on, but I'm so confused of how Trey. Now, I see how you could be mad at Dior. I understand it. I get it. But Trey, I'm confused. Y'all put that in the comments. I don't know. Maybe I gotta. Next, we see Kiki visiting Morehouse. Now, Kiki graduated from Morehouse University. And the next things I'm going to say, I'm not meant to be disrespectful in any way. I don't want to misgender anybody, and I don't want to say anything that's inappropriate. But I'm going to just tell the story. When Kiki was in Morehouse, that was before her transition. So she presented as a male. Although she was gender bending, she was doing drag, and she said, basically my transitioning was happening while I was sort of at Morehouse because I was wearing, I was doing nails, and I had the nails and I had the hair and the makeup, and it was less drag and it was more just day to day. She did feel like her transition was sort of stifled a little bit by being at Morehouse because she felt like she couldn't really be who she truly was, and that if she had went to a co-ed school, that maybe it would have been easier for her. She said that she was very active on campus and people knew her as her former self, and people were like walking right past her now, probably not even realizing who she was. But I thought she was talking to her gay kids, and I thought it was a good conversation. And again, shout out, because Kiki, you are my Morehouse sister. I'm a graduate of Bennett College. Morehouse is our brother school, so congrats. We right here, girl. But I felt like that was some insight. I felt like that was a great conversation to be had. And what I did not know was that the first ball house was actually organized and started on Morehouse's campus. So when we talk about the community, ballroom and everything, Morehouse has a place in it on the Atlanta scene. In Atlanta, not ever, y'all. Not the first ball house ever. Y'all know I know it ain't that. But if I didn't add Atlanta, please don't put it in the comments. I'm saying Atlanta now. Now, that's what Kiki said. If it's a lie, she told it, okay? Don't get my comments telling me about all these other houses that started in all these other places. If it's a lie, she told it. Because I wasn't there. Jeff Jet. This is another scene that confused me. First of all, thank you, Jet, for sharing your story and being vulnerable and opening up. So that's not what I'm confused about, and I'm not making fun or making light at all. Jet told us about his father, who was very abusive, how he don't really rock with his father because of the abuse, because of what he witnessed growing up. He said that he was in a 6-year relationship that was abusive, and he felt like that was normal, that's what men do, because that's what he grew up seeing his father do, right? So that part, I'm clear. And thank you for opening up and sharing. The part I'm confused about is the brother. So your daddy just showed up with a whole son and was like, here? And in that scene that we saw, that was your first time meeting him? Ever? There was nothing before that? Because then he went on to say how great of a relationship they have. And I know that green screens happen after the fact. So in that moment, that was your first time meeting him. But like now, where we are today, you've developed a relationship. I'm confused, Jack. Now listen, again, I'm not making light of the situation. I'm confused at the timeline of the situation. So your daddy just showed up unannounced. No, he ain't supposed to be here because of the history between him and your mama. And he showed up not only unannounced, but with a baby. Well, not a baby, a grown-ass child. Whew. I feel like you're a better one than me, Jack. I feel like I'm going to give you some kudos on that. Alright, moving on right along. So, Astro's party. Okay, so Astro's birthday. He's such a baby, y'all. He was turning 22. Such a baby. A little cutie. Astro's such a little cutie. But he's having a birthday party. He said he normally don't celebrate his birthday. And I could tell by that party that this was something you don't do often. And it's okay. It's okay. Next time, just ask for a little help, okay? But everybody sort of came to the party. Not every single person. I think DeAndre wasn't there, but I feel like he wasn't invited because him and Astro still ain't, they still dealing with the color party. But Robert shows up ready for Dior to show up because he's ready to be mad at Dior and Kesey And this is where he starts throwing shade at Trey and calling Trey fake and stuff. And again, that's where I'm confused. I still need somebody to explain it to me. You can put it in the comments. Maybe y'all can tell me something that I don't already know. But honestly, I don't get it. So, they got ready to play this game, child. Why? Astro told my son we might have to share shot glasses. I don't have enough shot glasses. Sir, I'm with Robert. Robert said, the hell, we gonna share some shot glasses. I don't know these people like that. I'm with Robert. I'm not drinking behind nobody. I don't do that. Where they do that at? I didn't do that before Roni Ron. I damn sure don't do it now. Who is drinking behind somebody? I need to know you very well for me to drink behind you. And I don't know none of y'all. Okay? And that's what I meant, Astro, when I said next time, just ask somebody, okay? Next time, just ask for some help and some support. Because I don't know how in the world you didn't have enough shot glasses, sir. You go, they have them at Party City. They got the little small shot. You can buy them a whole. I still got shot glasses sitting around here, the little plastic disposable kind. We just keep them because we just never know when we're going to have a little situation, okay? Listen, with that being said, though, let me just stop. With that being said, they played a little game. I thought it was cute how it was basically a fancy truth or dare. And I thought it was cute how Kiki dared Trey, let me hold your phone for a minute, unlocked. I said, that's a cute one. I'm going to use that one next time because the first thing I'm doing is going to the pictures. And I want to see what you got in your photo gallery. Listen, let me give y'all a little hint. For those of y'all that be getting them little special packages in your DMs, or people be texting y'all the little special packages, listen, get you an app where you can put them pictures on lock, okay? You probably can do it straight through your iPhone at this point. But there's an app that I always use called Keep Safe. Just put it in there. You ain't got to worry about people getting in your stuff and seeing things they ain't supposed to see. But neither here nor there. That's the first place I'm going. I'm going to your pictures, and I'm scrolling. And I ain't scrolling, and I ain't scrolling. I don't care nothing about nothing in your DMs. I don't care about who texted who. I want to see what's in your pictures. So anyway, Dior finally shows up. So they sit down to talk. And Kesey is there, Dior is there, and now we having the conversation. And Robert is cutting everybody off. Robert is being really rude. You mad, and so now you being rude. You wouldn't even let Kesey talk, but that's who you got a problem with. You have a problem, because at the end of the day, Kesey is the one who knows that he was dating Tony, who happens to be your friend. Kesey knows. So why not let Kesey tell his story? Now you mad at Dior because you feel like Dior is the friend, Dior is the brother, and he should be the one that hold the code. I get it. But after we go through this whole situation, see, here I go talking a lot again. We on 18. After we go through this whole situation, come to find out, now Dior talking about something, but we ain't doing nothing. I'm just trying to be his manager. Kiki was like, well, why the hell we ain't just say that from the beginning? Like, why do you have us sitting here trying to do a deep dive into the timeline of when we met and who said what and when they said it and how they said it? Why you ain't just say from the beginning, listen, I'm just trying to be his manager. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where all this extra is coming from. I'm just trying to manage the brother. Why you ain't say that? Because I feel like we could have avoided a whole lot of bullshit if you had just said that. Confused. Let me make sure I got all my notes, child. Robert mad at Trey. Said he was fake. Robert in the confessionals. Child. Oh, Robert and Sean got into it, and because Sean was basically trying to put his 2 cents in, but Robert don't want to hear from nobody. Because at the end of the day, Robert's thing is, my beef is with Dior, Trey, Kesey, Tony. Anybody else, their opinions are not asked for, not needed, and not wanted. And so basically, keep your opinion over there, because ain't nobody asked you for it, and I don't care nothing about it. And again, I get it, I hear it, but poor Sean, he was just trying to give you his opinion. And he started calling that man Bernie Mac. Listen. Robert in these confessionals were cracking me up, okay? Robert, and then I wrote my notes, Robert just think everybody is fake. Because Robert is just mad. He in his feelings, and it just is what it is. So everybody fake. Kesey and Dior talking, why let the narrative go on? That's what I wrote in my notes. Why let the narrative go on that y'all got something going on, or there's a relationship, or there's a budding relationship, if that's not what's happening? Why let that be the story? Why let that go on? why perpetuate that? Like, that was, and I'm looking at Dior and Kesey, like, nip it in the bud. Kesey said he ain't been with Tony in 4 years, so it really don't matter who he with. Now, he said, I did tell everybody I was single. You did? But then the narrative, Trey, was out there that y'all was messing around and y'all was dating and y'all was together. Trey put that out there. Now, listen, let me say this about Trey. And then I'm almost done. This is going to be damn near a 30-minute review. I know a lot of people are getting on Trey, and they are talking about Trey. He the bone carrier. He messy. He this, he that. Listen, here's the reality of the situation. At the end of the day, every show needs one. Trey is doing what a veteran is supposed to do. Trey is stirring pot, carrying bones, and pushing the storylines aside. Listen, I mean, pushing them along. That is what he is supposed to do. That is his job. Y'all deal with it. He's a vet, okay? That is what he's supposed to do. So y'all leave Trey alone. Y'all back up off my baby now. Back up off my baby. Jeff and Winter, this was a cute scene, but it wasn't really a lot. Winter was performing for a chance to be in Jeff's video. Basically, they were talking. Jet filled Winter in on what happened down to the party. Winter filled Jet in on what's going on with her mother. She said that that's why she hasn't really been around a lot, and she hasn't really been engaging a lot because she's got stuff going on with her mom, and ultimately that is her top priority, is her mother. We get it. We definitely understand. And then we saw her perform, and that was because she performed to I don't remember, it's a Nicki Minaj song, but she did pretty good. I thought it was cute. Thought her performance was cute. Then we get to Lon D's event, and this is where I'm confused again. Okay, we're at Lon D's event. He had a brunch. It looked nice. Okay, cool. Everybody shows up to the brunch. Sean walks in, and Sean is ready to make it rock. Okay, now you talk about carrying bones. Sean was carrying a boulder. Okay, Sean walks up in the room, and he said, yeah, I got some questions, and I got some things to say, because I heard that DeAndre is creating storylines and that he's working with you, Tedley. And Tedley was like, yeah, he's working with you to create these storylines. That whole I'ma slap you was fake, and allegedly at the party you was supposed to throw a drink in his face to create some fake drama, and I don't have time for that. Like, that's not what we here for. That's not what we on. We're not here to create no fake drama. We here to showcase what we got going on, and this is supposed to be genuine, and don't play on my time. So Tedley was like, excuse me. Tedley was like, let me be clear. He approached me about creating drama and false narratives. He told me to throw a drink in his face. He said, just make sure it's water only. But throw a drink in my face and this, and this, and this, and that. He was like, that's on him. I ain't do it. He threw it on me. And I was like, he told me to throw it on him. So Tedley was like, yeah, he did want me to do all that, but I was like, I ain't here for that. I'm not here for the setup or the get down. So Sean was like, well, if he show up today, I got some questions, because I feel some kind of way, because I don't appreciate, the fakeness. Like ain't nobody asked you to be a producer. So Lon D was like, listen, what we not going to do is have a repeat of what went down at the party. We not going to fight. It's not going to be no situation. Y'all not tearing my shit up. So when DeAndre get here, I'm going to pull him aside, and I'm going to have a conversation with him, and then, if the group need to clear the air, then we going to clear the air. So DeAndre shows up, of course. First of all, DeAndre, let me tell you something. Now, that confessional look you had was cute. I liked it. I'm not going to front. The little turtleneck with the little jacket, that's real cute, okay? But that is probably the only cute outfit I have seen you in this whole season. So when you want to start talking about people and their fashions and what people have on, sir, that is not your place, okay? You had on a 1995 Boyz II Men denim t-shirt in the last episode that got shredded up with them shorts. I ain't seen nobody put a long sleeve denim shirt with some denim shorts and some sneakers since Motown Philly, okay? So that's number one. Then you showed up to the brunch in, a flannel shirt with a t-shirt and some jeans. Sir, you cannot talk about nobody's fashions. That's all I'm going to say to you, okay? With that being said, let me move on. So they pulled him aside, Lon D and Trey. Trey looked cute in his little outfit too. Pulled them aside, and basically they were talking to him saying, listen, they were basically letting him know what he did wrong with the fight, and that he came off aggressive, and that basically he started that fight, and now he's got to deal with the consequence of it. But Lon D was like, basically, but I don't want you to feel like I'm not writing you off, and I'm not mad at you. I'm just telling you, this is not, you can't act like this, you can't do this, yada yada yada. And Trey is trying to talk to him as well. And again, maybe I'm missing something, y'all. But all of a sudden, DeAndre was like, there are two people in this room, and one person I think really cares and is really trying to look out for me, and the other person I got my eye on. Trey, yeah, I got my eye on you. Why? Wow. Then DeAndre starts telling a version of the story that none of us would. Sir, were you at the same place we were at? He starts talking about how people was aggressive with him and people was talking shit about him. Sir, listen. You threw the first punch, so at the end of the day, you started it. I don't care what Dior said or didn't say. I don't care who had an attitude or didn't have an attitude. You had energy from the minute the first person walked in the door. You were on go. You had energy and fever for everybody, including Kesey, including Dior. You had energy. You were on go. And when you and Kesey got into it, you got in Kesey's face. Kesey stood up. You threw the first punch. That's the only version of the story that matters, sir. I'm not sure what else you talking about. So then we go back to the big group, and Lon D says, listen, let's clear the air so that we can go ahead and move forward. Now, again, Robert is there, and I'm not understanding Robert's attitude because Tetley, who I thought did a very good job of articulating the issue. I thought Tetley did a very good job of articulating the issue. And basically, in a roundabout way, Tetley was saying, listen, you have offended everybody here. You have done things to offend everybody here. And basically, you getting the energy that you put out. Robert was like, not me. Don't speak for me. Why y'all keep putting me in it? I don't have nothing to do with it. And I can't tell if he's saying don't put me in it because I don't have no problem with Andre, or don't put me in it because my problem with Andre is different than what you're saying. I don't know. I was confused. But either way, I feel like Telly did a good job of articulating the concerns and the issue, right? Astro was like, he just weird. I just think he's weird. His energy is weird. The way he deals with people is weird. I just think he's weird. Now, Astro, I'm going to need you to use your words. I'm going to need you to come up with, but I understood what you were saying. Then it got to Sean. Baby, the way Sean read the fuck out of DeAndre, I was here for it. See, Sean, this what I wanted you to bring when you brought the notebook to Jet Jeff, okay? This is the energy I needed you to bring last week when you called yourself trying to read Jet Jeff. This is the energy I needed you to bring, sir. You was like, listen, you are fake. You fugazi. He said, you're not even from Atlanta. You from Gwinnett County. You're not about that life. You playing with my time. You playing on my top. And I don't have time for it. And what you not going to do is come through here with your fake fat. Baby, Sean gave it to DeAndre. Then he started talking about his degrees. And then DeAndre said he got 3 degrees. He said he had an associate's degree before he even graduated from high school. He went to Florida A&M, and he graduated with honors, honey. Oh, my, he said, you can't sit with me. I'm sickening. And Sean was like, whatever. He said, I have a brand. He said, what's your brand? What do you do? Sean said, what do you do? He said, you can Google me. I have multiple businesses. Sean said, I did, and I found PPP loans. I said, damn it. Baby, I was here for it. I was absolutely here for it. Now, I did not mean for this review to take 30 minutes. And I know most of y'all ain't going to sit through this whole thing. And that's okay. I love y'all anyway. But did you catch the review for next week at the end? Somebody's coming. Somebody is coming. And I think I know who it is. Tell me who y'all think it is in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.